Today's daily recap for BTG Beyond the Gates is for Friday, March the 14th, 2025. No real cliffhanger Friday today. It did move along, but not no shockingness like it has been. Well, we have the fireman, Derek. He's still in the hospital, getting ready to be released soon. And Ashley, yeah, Ashley, his girlfriend, was, tending to him. And then guess who has to show up knocking on the door but Derek? Listen, so and so from this magazine or newspaper heard about what you did, what happened, and they wanted to, do a feature on you, and I volunteered to shoot the photos. And Derek looked at him like, wait, what? And so Ashley goes, well, that's nice. That's nice. And you can look, isn't that nice, Derek? Andre volunteered to take the pictures. And Derek is kind of looking like, for one, I look like heck, right? And who said I wanted a feature of me where I got injured, right? So anyway, Andre's taking photos and Derek is just looking. He wasn't smiling. He's like, what are you doing, dude? And he goes, okay, okay, well, you know what? Let's maybe you could smile. And he's just looking at him. And so he goes, you know what, Ashley, this is Andre, Ashley, you know what? Why don't you get closer to Derek? The pictures will turn out better with you and him anyway. You see what I'm saying? So Derek look, he goes, yes, hon, come on closer. So he brings her, pretty much scoots him onto his lap almost, right? To prove a point. And now that she is there, he is smiling, and Andre goes, "No, that's better, that's better." And Ashley's just, oh, just cheesing and whatever. So he's got enough. And he goes, okay, so you know what? I'm going to get out of your hair and let you get back to recuperating. I got some good ones. And he goes, yeah. He goes, I hope so. He said, because this is not my, it's not what I do. I don't pose for pictures. So he comes out and he's looking at the pictures at the nurse's station, and he's kind of passing Derek. And then he zoomed in on a couple he caught of Ashley, of course, by herself. That's what he wanted. See, so he could pop up with another mural of candid shots of her to give to her, right? So when he left the room, Ashley tells Derek, wasn't that nice of Andre? She had to have said Andre's name 10 times. I'm sick of that woman always saying Andre's name myself, right? But Andre did, of course, say, you know, I heard you went back into the building, even though you didn't have clearance to look, to see if other people were in there. And she goes, what? He goes, yeah, we thought someone else was in there. They really thought it was a doggone cat, right? But anyway, but hey, no offense, cat lovers. Don't be tripping. I'm not saying that, right? But I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay. I mean, no, you know what? I'm not gonna leave it alone. If my fiance is gonna die in a fire, I don't want it to be like Jack on This Is Us. Okay. If any of you saw This Is Us, that series on ABC, this network, oh no, Beyond the Gates of CBS. Well, it was on ABC. Great show. Jack, huge fire in the house. I'm getting off topic, but indulge me. Got the family out of the house, right? And the daughter says, Muffin, where's Muffin? Muffin's still in the house. And you can hear the dog barking upstairs. Jack runs. Actually, Jack was upstairs because he had to get his family out a window from upstairs, right? He, holding on the sheets, whatever. Everybody was out. And she goes, "Where's mother?" And he's listening. He's hearing the dog, right? He goes back into the fire, into the house to get the stinking dog. Now, mind you, he does come out the front door with the dog, but unfortunately, he died 2 hours later because he had a widowmaker heart attack from too much smoke inhalation. Anyway, that got off topic. But what I'm saying is, dying to save human life, if I'm the family member, I can accept that more. But you know what? Our pets are our family. My Oliver, you may not know, I'm beyond the gates. I have a 16-year-old Yorkie, 16 and a half. He's on his last days. He's actually sleeping under my desk right now. I'm not going back in the house to save him, but he is my family. He's my canine family. Now, if any one of my kids were in this house, I will die for my children. I will do everything in my power. And they're adults. My youngest is 32, will be 32 this year. But I will do everything in my power to save them because that's what we do. Now, I already know I'm going to get some folks from comment corners saying, I don't have any children and my pets are and I'm not saying nothing against that. I'm just talking about me. I'm just saying me, okay? You do you. I'm just saying me. So anyway, he went back in for a cat. But then once Andre left, she closed the door. She says, "You went back into a building and you knew the beams." And actually, Andre didn't say that. A little old lady, the one that he saved her cat, came in, brought the cat to the hospital in a bag. That's the biggest head cat I'd ever seen. And she was saying how he went back in and he saved her cat and he saved her life because her cat is her life. Okay. And she says, Mr. Tibbles, and that ain't his name, I'm making it up. Mr. Tibbles has seen me through everything, through all my health fish, through everything. Her cat's her life. And she says, and I just want to thank you. Not many will go back into a house knowing that the roof is unstable. And so she thanks him and walks out. And that's when Ashley closed the door. She says, "You knew the roof was unstable and you didn't have clearance from your captain and you went back into that." She was mad. Oh, she was mad. He goes, "I felt that I had to. And my job is dangerous, Ashley. Just like you have to do things in your job, I have to do things in mine." So she backed off of it, because Ashley can't stay mad at him long, whatever. So then she goes outside, and guess who's still hanging around? Just hanging there. She goes, "Andre, are you still here?" And he goes, "Yeah, yeah. I was just, going to show my Aunt Nicole some things." And he had showed Nicole. He was looking at actually pictures of Ashley. And Nicole said, "What are you doing here, Andre? What are you looking at?" And he had switched it to a picture of her and Ted. He goes, "Look, I wanted this to be a surprise, but you caught me." And he showed it to her. She goes, "Oh, okay, now I want that for my office. I want that picture right there. I want it framed and I want it for my office." He goes, "I have a whole album of pictures for you, Auntie. So I'll get them to you." She goes, "Okay, but I mean that one there, that's it. That's the picture." So, and when she comes out, she goes, "I heard the video you did of Dr. Nicole Richardson and her husband, Dr. Ted. I hear that was a fantastic video. When you get a chance, can you send it to me? I want to see it." And he goes, "Well, I got it on my phone." And she goes, you got a minute? She goes, yeah, you know what? I got a minute. So he pulls out his earpieces, his earphones to plug into his phone. And they're the wired kind, they're not wireless, right? So he puts one into his ear, he gives her the other one, and she puts one into her ear. And she's looking at his phone. He's looking like, yeah, come on, come here, look, right? Now, first of all, I'm not putting nobody else's earpieces with their earwax remnants on them in my ear. Ear earpieces, earphones are personal items for me. Okay. I'm not offering nobody else my ear buds, my ear pods, my ear whatever, ear headphones, none of it. You better get your own, or we putting it on speakerphone, right? But anything that goes inside is mine, and I don't want yours in my ear. And I was like, ooh, okay, y'all ain't that close, girl. And meantime, Derek is in the bed having a nightmare because she said, Derek, something has been off about you, even before the fire today. You've been a little off. What's bothering you? What's bugging you? He goes, no, nothing. And his nightmare showed it. Her and Andre come running into his hospital room, and she says, I just had to tell you personally, Andre and I are in love, and we're going to move in together. And they are giggling and hugging each other and all this other stuff, right? And he wakes up like with almost like a cold sweat, like, now, if he walk out and see that, but see, that's what I said yesterday. He knows Andre's hitting on his girl. Andre's more than obvious with it. He need to be a man and tell him, back off. Back off. Don't pretend like we friends. Don't come around. You see us in the bar, don't come and take a seat. And not only am I going to tell him that, I'm going to tell Ashley, you may not see it, but he's hitting on you in front of me. It's very disrespectful. And you want to know what's wrong with me? I'm not down with that. I'm not. Okay. So after they listen to the video and she tells him what a great job he did, she goes, you're really, really talented, Andre. Do you know that son of a leaned in to kiss her right there on the mouth, right there at the nurse's station there. And she's like, whoa, Andre. She puts her hand up. She goes, were you trying to kiss me? And he's and the scene, it left it there, right? Now, Derek had already woken up from his nightmare, and it kind of made it look like he was trying to get up out the bed, right? Now, I'm wondering on Monday, are we going to see that Derek saw that? But then he would see her saying, whoa. But you know how they are in soaps. They only show the part where one is leaning into the other, and then he closes the door like, oh, my girl. No. Instead of stepping out, saying, step back. Right? So anyway, let's see if she puts him straight. Because no. But now that you know his intentions, if you are truly into your fiance and in love with your fiance, you're going to let him know, hey, I have never given you vibes that I'm into you. I love my fiance, Derek. Now, you and I may have delivered a baby in an elevator, Thanks for the assist. I couldn't have done it without you, or I probably could, right? Because that baby was coming out no matter how many people were in that doggone elevator, right? But that don't mean you get to come in here and disrespect my man and disrespect me. I thought you were just being nice, giving me that frame collage. Now I know that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Then I know I can't accept a gift like that from you. I will be bringing it back tomorrow. Come on up here tomorrow, pick your gift. No, because I ain't about that, Andre. She's not gonna be that blunt about it. She's not, but she needs to be because Andre clearly knows she's in love with her man. They have been kissing way too many times, sucking tongues in front of Andre as if he ain't even there. And he's standing there just looking, and the black head nurse chick, supervisor, she just looking at Andre and looking at Ashley and Derek, and then looking at Andre like, mm-hmm. So no, you know what we all about, but you all about messing that up and breaking that up. Okay. So now the Duprees. We have Anita and Vernon, I guess every week for the last, what, 40 years? Because some of them kids is 30 years old, right? Martin should be in his 30s. And so is Naomi. She should be in her 30s and or 29 at best. No, she should be 32. But no, 30. Danny was married to Bill for more than 30 years. So, okay, I would say Naomi's probably 29, 28, 29. So here's the deal. Once a week, the girls go to their parents' house for dinner. Which, okay, you know what? We live in the same neighborhood because we still in the same gated community. Your house is probably the 4 down or around the corner, right? But wow, once a week, we don't have dinner with our family. We have dinner with my family, right? What about when the kids were little? Did they bring the kids to grandma's house? Maybe when the kids were little, everybody came. But see, now the kids are grown, they got their own life, and they looking at their 2 daughters, Nicole and Danny, saying, I don't care what you got going on. You coming over here for dinner once a week. Same Wednesday, every week. So Nicole gets over there and she was telling the parents what Naomi had told her about finding Danny looking at pictures of Bill and Haley on their honeymoon obsessively. And she goes, I'm worried about her mom and dad. I'm worried about what she might do. Because clearly she's not over him like she's saying she is. So Danny comes walking in, wearing a real cute outfit, but for her age, that chick be showing a whole lot of skin. She really does. A whole lot of skin. And for her to be the mama, of them adult daughters, a whole lot of skin. And she came walking in, oh, sorry, she goes, hey, I'm hating Miss, I think it was Coco Vaughn, what their cook was cooking. And she goes, oh, I'm gonna miss it. But I've got an important dinner. I've got a major something that has to do with Chelsea's modeling career, a major possible endorser. And she goes, I'm trying to lock it down. So if it wasn't nothing other than business, I would be staying, but I gotta go, y'all. So they go, well, good, have a good meeting, and good luck. So she leaves. And Nicole's like, I don't know. I don't think she's okay. And so they said, well, it's just the 3 of us having dinner. And then Nicole gets a call from the hospital. And she looks at her parents. She goes, I'm sorry, I can't stay either. One of my patients needs me. And they said, we understand, honey. We understand. Our girls are busy. So she leaves, and Vernon tells Anita, good. I have you all to myself. Okay, Vernon. All right. You know, so then it shows, and let me show the picture. Danny showing up at Bill and Haley's house with this big box wrapped with a wedding, wedding paper and looking like a wedding gift. Well, security comes up because he noticed her car driving in and he's doing his rounds. And he's saying, well, what are you doing here? And she goes, oh, I'm here to bring him a gift. He goes, well, he was going to say on their honeymoon, but he was trying to be sensitive because he was calling her Mrs. Henderson. No, Ted. Let me see. Bill. What's Bill's whatever his last name is? I don't know why Hamilton. And he goes, oh, she goes, it's Ms. Dupree now. It's Ms. Dupree. I know you've known me for decades as Mrs. Hamilton, but it's Ms. Dupree. And he goes, Ms. Dupree. He goes, I did hear what happened at the wedding. She goes, you have not one of my finest moments, but all that's behind me. As a matter of fact, making amends. I'm bringing a wedding gift. And he goes, well, they're on vacation. She goes, oh, well, that's okay. He goes, well, what's in the box? And she looked at him. She says, a bomb. And he steps back and she's looking crazy and stupid like Danny will look. Like she's stupid and crazy enough to have a bomb in there. And then she starts busting out laughing. I'm just messing with you. No, it's just a wedding gift. And so she goes, can you give me the code so I can get in? I want it to be the first thing they see when they come in the house. And she goes, don't worry, I won't tell anybody. It'll just be between me and you. How would it be between you and him when Bill and Haley would come home and find whatever she planned on doing in their house, right? They're going to first question security. Who did you see? You knew we were gone. Why weren't you watching our house more closely? This is a private gated community, right? And she goes, you've been here for years and you're like family. I would never do anything to get you in trouble. What you're asking him to do right now, Nicole, is getting that man in trouble who you just said you like family. No, he ain't like family. You're going to throw him under the bus so fast, right? So she goes, now, what's the code? If the man halfway believed Danny, he should have said, you know what? And I know you're going to appreciate this, Mr. Dupree. I don't give codes out. I would never give your code to anybody. Like, I'm not giving your new code to Mr. Hamilton. Because Danny better have changed her code. But I will put the code in. I'll open the door and let you go ahead and put your gift down in the foyer. How's that? And then I'll make sure the place is secure. But no, this keystone gives her the code. And she said, thank you. Remember, it's just between us. So later he goes by Mama and Daddy Dupree. And because their back latch on their gate is broken. And he's like, I could try to fix it myself tonight. Or Vernon says, please, I'll call maintenance in the morning. We will be fine. You doing patrols? You keep an eye out. And so he goes, yeah, tonight we've got dessert. We've got extra dessert. Tonight's the night, our girls, Danny and Nicole, normally have dinner, but they both got called away for meetings. Nicole, the hospital, and Danny had a big meeting. And he goes, oh, well, and he realized what he was going to say, saw her at the Hamilton house, but he didn't. And he should have not even let it slip. Oh, well, maybe her meeting's over because she was taking a gift over at Bill and Haley's. But see, he knew he better not be caught. giving out people's codes. Mm-hmm. So anyway, Danny gets her behind in that house. Bill didn't change the alarm, the code he puts on the alarm, so she disabled the alarm. And she heads, it looks like it's into the bedroom ways of the house. So I don't know what she probably did to their bed, right? And then she comes downstairs and she has this 50-year-old bottle of 1976, I think it was, bottle of wine. And Bill, I guess, had given it to her on their wedding, and he had it waiting for her when they got off the honeymoon, but they didn't drink it. She was saving it for a special occasion like their 50th wedding anniversary, right? Either that or he had the same kind of wine ordered for Haley to give to her. I don't know which, because it did not show us what was in the box, right? So either she's drinking the wine Bill has set up waiting for Haley, or she brought hers there and was going to leave it empty on their table as a message to Bill. You know, Danny is making a mess. You know, she's breaking their wedding picture, the frame, and, you know, crashing it down, the bottle on him and Haley, just being ridiculous. Drinking, she drank the whole bottle. Now, mind you, Bill and Haley are on their way home. They had to cut their honeymoon short. Bill had one of his high profile clients needed him back, right? But they couldn't have a connecting flight from Manhattan to, where do they live? Maryland, to Maryland. So he rented a limousine, a private limo, to take them from the airport home. But it's a lengthy car trip. So of course they get busy in the back seat and blah blah blah. And she's like, "No, look, I had fun, but I understand. You know, come on, I work in the office with you. I know what it's like when a client needs you." She goes, "We had a good time, but I can't wait to get to our big beautiful home and really make it a home." And then they flash to Danny throwing something over her shoulder and she gets so stinking drunk. She drinks the whole rest of the bottle, spills just a little bit. Because she's trying to chug a lug on the couch, and a little bit gets on the couch. And then she passes out on the couch. Now they're getting close to home, because after they did the deal, he's looking out the window. He goes, "Oh, we're more than halfway home now." Right? I initially liked Danny's character, but I don't like it anymore, everybody. Enough is enough. For her to do the thing she's doing and not be held accountable for any of it. See, that's why she's doing what she's doing. Even though I can't stand Bill, he is right. For one, she still should be in jail for what she did at their wedding, right? The charges should not be dropped. They should not have been dropped. She'd be out on bail, but she'd have a trial date coming up. See, no charges would be dropped, because Danny feels free to do the thing she's doing. And she feels justified. And she's lying to her family because she knows they would tell her how out of control and wrong she is. And for her to think this is okay, she seriously needs help, which is why Nicole was right by seriously worrying. But you know what? You could worry all day long. You're the trained professional. Take some action. These parents obviously control still a lot in their daughters' lives. Take some action. So now I don't know if next week Bill and Haley gonna find her in their house. I don't know if the security guard is gonna come back because her car is still there and walk in the house and see her and get her out of there. I don't know what's gonna happen, but something needs to happen to Danny, and I hope they start writing her character differently because she has no self-respect for herself, none. What was the end game in this? I don't get it. And what did she expect to accomplish with this? No. And then Kat. Kat had her date. She had him meet her at their parents' house. And Nicole says, "Oh, I see you've got the table set up. What you got going on? I see the table set up dinner for two." She goes, "Yeah, I'm inviting a friend over." She says, "Okay." She said, "Be good." So Kat was looking cute. And by the way, like I said, she and Naomi nowhere near the same size, period. But okay. He comes in, cutie, hottie, and they have a real good dinner, coq au vin. And I'm like, okay, that's the same thing at her grandparents' house. Because she's saying, "I'll cook for you when I get back." And he goes, "Wow, you made this?" And then she goes, "I have a confession to make. My mom's cook made this." And I'm thinking, no, your grandparents' cook made that. Let's be real. Because for one, Nicole ain't home enough to have a cook. Really. She's always gone. For two, why would the cook make coq au vin and Nicole was going to be having dinner at her parents' house and Ted obviously ain't home? I'm like, they kind of wrote that wrong. She would be, "My grandparents' cook prepared this and I made sure she sent some over for us because she makes a killer coq au vin." Right? But whatever. So anyway, he's like, "Ooh," he goes, "That's okay. You know, I wasn't expecting you to know how to cook anyway." She goes, "Because you said your kitchen is a matchbox size. What size is your bedroom? How's your bed fit in there?" And she looks and they kiss, and then she goes, "Well, listen, there's something else I have to confess to you." And he's like, "Okay," you know, and she says, "I've never," and he's thinking, "You've never cooked?" She goes, "No, that's not it." And he guesses something else you've never, because he's not figuring somebody as self-assured as you, flirty as you could be, she's a virgin. He goes, "No, I wasn't expecting that." He says, "You're so self-assured, and I just knew that, I mean, you could have any man you want. I just, that is nothing I would have expected or demanded, right? Like in this day and age." And so she goes, he goes, "Now, can I ask a couple questions?" She says, "Sure." "Is it for religious reasons?" She said, "No, not really." He says, "Is it for you saving yourself?" He's trying to find like, why not? And she says, "No, not really." She says, "It's just I haven't met the right man." And I liked her answer because she goes, "That's something really personal for me to give and to be in that kind of a relationship." She says, "I haven't found anyone that I felt close enough to want to take that kind of step." And he looked at her, he goes, "I can respect that." She says, "Now, does that weird you out? Because a lot of girls at my age have." And he goes, "No, it doesn't weird me out. That ain't deterring him. Look, if anything, he's like, that's a challenge." But no, now he honestly knows, okay, that you better have some good intentions unless you a real jerk face. Because here you could this girl's telling you she don't just give it away. She hasn't. So you better not be playing, buddy. So that was a cute date. I didn't expect that twist from her. I really didn't. But I guess Eva was leaving the house because when he walked through the door, she was just putting on her earring in the living room. And she says, "Oh, I didn't hear the bell." And he says, "Oh no, someone was leaving." And she let me in. And she goes, "Oh, my mother's personal assistant, Eva, temporary personal assistant." And oh, she's a shrew, or whatever she called her. And he goes, "What? I mean, in passing, she seemed nice to me, but yeah, she let me in." So I guess they're gonna make her wearing Kat's dress a non-issue. Or Kat will bring it up and throw it in her face in an argument later. So you wear my hand-me-downs. Something I wore last year ain't even in fashion. How'd it feel, girl? She'll bring it up, she'll throw it in her face, but she didn't have a tantrum. They didn't show a tantrum about it. Okay, so anyway, that's it, everybody. That's it for Beyond the Gates. We'll see who walks in or who gets Danny out and what was in that box, that big box. Because what he did, I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Oh my God. That's kind of wearing me out. So I will be back Monday with another daily recap.